Hello friends, welcome back to Sweet Magnolias, where I like to make videos all about homemaking, motherhood, and marriage. In today's video, we are talking all about how I am decluttering our house for 2021. We all tend to want to get more organized, more clutter-free, all of the things in the new year. And for me, the biggest reason that I want to get organized and to declutter my house for the new year is because I'm fixing to be a mother of 2 children under 2 years old. So I think the best way to make a smooth transition for us is for me to implement practical and functional systems around our house. And so the first way that I'm doing this, that I'm trying to implement these systems and rhythms into our life, is by decluttering my house. You know, if you've been following me for a while, that in 2018 our house underwent a major declutter. 2018 was the year that I discovered minimalism, and up until that point I was just so sick and tired of moving clutter from room to room and spending way too much time cleaning my house. Of course, at that time I was newly married and had no children, but my house underwent a major declutter where I got rid of literally everything I did not need. So since then, I have kind of relaxed on my minimalism. I'm a lot more comfortable with the collected look, and I tend to gravitate away from trends, and more so I like to fill my home with the things that I love and the things that make me happy. However, I think I have let the clutter, not the decor, but the clutter get a little bit out of control. Since becoming a mom, I've become more sentimental, and for me, it's become harder for me to let things go. Even for silly reasons, it just has become harder for me to let things go. But I have just felt like I've been doing the same thing that I used to do and moving a lot of clutter around the house. So it's definitely time for a declutter in my home. Being as I am almost 30 weeks pregnant, this has been a slow going process for me, but I have tried to do just a little bit each day and whenever I can to start the purge, so to speak. But the first way that I started decluttering was by trying to manage my son's toys. Now, he did just have a birthday and Christmas happened in the same month. So we're a little bit overflowing in toys right now. He had a very minimal amount of toys that he would play with to start with, and I had already started implementing the cycling out toys method. I don't know if that's exactly what you call it, but basically I put some of his toys up for 6 months, and then he has some that are out. And then after 6 months, when he gets tired of the ones that he has out, I bring out the ones that I had put up, put the ones that were out back up, and then it's like he has new toys. So since he has gotten a bunch of stuff for his birthday and for Christmas from our family and friends, what I've done is, well, first of all, some of the things that he has gotten, they may be a little too old for him right now, or he just has a lot of similar items out already. So what I've done is I've left some of those things in the packaging, and I'm going to open those for him in 6 months when we do the cycle out method. But right now they're still in the packages in the closet, and then I set out some new toys for him. I went through all of his old toys and got rid of some, and I also divided some up between my mom's house and my mother-in-law's house as well, so that they can have some toys over there, just to kind of keep it minimal in our house, because our children are going to be sharing a room. So that one room is the kids' room where all the kids' stuff goes. So I don't want it to be too overwhelmed with toys. But so that is what we're doing. We're keeping half of his toys up and then some of his toys out, and then after 6 months we'll switch them out and it's like he has new toys. So I really tried to cut down the number of toys that he has out in his room, also because I think he gets a little overwhelmed and there's no way for him to play with them all at the same time. So if I keep a limited amount of toys out, then I know he's making sure to play with everything that he has. And I've actually trimmed this back, the number of toys that are out, I've actually trimmed that back a lot more just in the past couple of days. I really want a better storage system for toys in his room. We don't have the best system right now, but for now we are using baskets. And I got a cute little shot of him with his blocks in the little basket that has the top on it. That's where he keeps his mega blocks. And then we have 2 more baskets with toys, and he has a few stuffed animals. And he's been playing with all of this pretty consistently, so it seems to be working pretty well. But I'd like to get either a toy chest or build a little something to keep his toys in so that it's a little bit more organized. The next task that I am tackling as far as decluttering our home is trying to reduce the amount of laundry that we have. And I'm doing this by decluttering things like towels, sheets and linens, blankets, and the clothes in our closet. So right now I'm in an interesting situation because I am, like I said, almost 30 weeks pregnant. So I'm trying not to get rid of all of my clothes because I'm not exactly sure what I'm still going to want to wear when I'm not pregnant anymore, because right now only about 20% of my wardrobe fits me. So I'm trying to be careful what I get rid of, but I have gotten rid of a good chunk of clothes that I just never wear, never touch, don't care about. So I put all those in a bag and I'm getting ready to do a Goodwill run soon with those. I've also had my husband go through some of his clothes. We did a purge of his clothes back in the summer, I believe, as well, but he's gonna go back through his, get rid of some of his, and I've also gotten rid of some of Cade's clothes. So I'm trying to reduce the number of clothes we have in our closet since we're trying to fit clothes into 2 closets for 4 people. But the other thing that we are doing is I'm also getting rid of towels and sheets that we don't need and blankets that we don't need. The blankets thing is hard for me because I love blankets. I think I've mentioned that on my channel before, but I do love blankets. So the blanket thing is hard for me. As far as sheets go, I think I only have 3 sheets for our bed. I only use fitted sheets. I started doing this about a year ago. And if you haven't done this, it's very helpful to just use fitted sheets. You really only need a fitted sheet, and using a fitted sheet reduces the amount of laundry because you don't have a flat sheet to wash either. But I think I have 3. I'm going to get rid of 1 so that we only have 2 fitted sheets for our bed. I need to purge my pillowcases as well because I have a little bit of an obsession with vintage pillowcases, but I need to purge those as well. I'm going to trim the number of crib sheets that I have down, and I've also reduced us down to 5 towels versus like 7 or 8. I've reduced this down to 5 towels, and this just helps with your laundry load because my goal is to do 1 load of laundry a day, and I'm going to talk about this in another video when I talk about my homemaking cleaning rhythms and routines, but I want to get us down to where I do 1 load of laundry a day, and that helps me stay on top of it because that is a lot more manageable than just trying to fit it all into one day. At least for me it is. I know some people are different, but for me, doing 1 load a day will help me not get overwhelmed. But the point of decluttering all of your clothes, linens, sheets, whatever, is that the less you have to pile up in a hamper, the less you have to worry about washing, folding, and putting away. And if we're honest, I don't know many people that like laundry. Something else that I tend to stay on top of fairly regularly, but it has gotten out of control again, is my kitchen. So I am working to declutter my kitchen again. And the reason I think it's really important to declutter your kitchen on the regular is because you tend to accumulate a lot of Tupperware that you don't know where it comes from, or a lot of extra utensils that you're not sure where it came from, or you get extra things for Christmas and then you've got things already that you need to get rid of. There's all kinds of ways that clutter can just kind of accumulate and pile up in your kitchen. But last night I went through my kitchen utensil drawer, got rid of some utensils. I've got some coffee cups that I'm getting rid of. I need to go back through our everyday dishes, see what I can condense down from that. I have a bit of an attachment to my fancy dishes, my bone china, my Pioneer Woman, so I won't be getting rid of any of that. I'm going to keep that in the cabinet for special occasions because it's able to be out of the way. But as far as our everyday stuff, I'm trying to condense it down because the less dishes you have, the less dishes can pile up in your sink. I heard an interesting tip from the Minimal Mom, and she said that if you have 1 frying pan versus 3 frying pans, when you're cooking and you use a pan, you're gonna wash that pan so that you can use it again because you don't have another option. Whereas if you have multiple pans, then you're gonna go just use all your pans, pile them all in the sink, and have twice as much work to do. And I thought that was a very interesting tip. I eventually want to get an electric frying pan. An electric frying pan. My mom has one and she says that it has been amazing for cooking dinners and not having to use a bunch of pans. So I would like to get one of those at some point this year and get rid of maybe all of my pans but one. And I also got a cast iron skillet for Christmas, so I'm going to be using that a lot too. So I want to address my pots and pans situation because it has gotten a little bit out of control, along with other things in my kitchen. I've started the purge, I haven't finished yet. Like I said, this is a little bit of a slower going process for me than it was in 2018 because I have a baby and I'm almost 30 weeks. As we reach the end of this video, I just wanted to mention that if you are in a tight financial situation and getting rid of things is really difficult for you to do mentally, I totally understand that. We are in much different of a financial position than we were in 2018. In 2018, my husband and I were both working and we had no children, whereas now I'm a stay-at-home homemaker and we're fixing to have 2 children. So the budget is a lot more tight nowadays, and I try to be a lot more mindful of what I get rid of because I cannot afford now to just go out and buy replacement items. I have to be a lot more careful. So it takes me a lot longer to decide if I want to get rid of something, whereas before I was just like, get rid of it all. I don't care. But I have to be a little bit more mindful of that now. So I totally understand that. The beautiful thing I think about minimalism and decluttering is you can take it to as moderate a level as you want or as an extreme of a level as you want. It really just depends on how much you want to simplify your life and how much stuff you want to manage. So I'm hoping that by decluttering my house and getting myself organized and all the deep cleaning I plan to do in the next few weeks, which I'm going to be sharing different videos about this, I'm hoping that this will help me with my transition into being a mom of 2 under 2. Like I said, I want to implement some practical and functional rhythms and systems into our life, which I will be sharing with YouTube. So that is all I have for you today, friends. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like this video, subscribe if you want to see more content from me, and I hope that you all have a safe and a blessed New Year's.